In this video, we're going to show you a step-by-step installation of the MasterFlow wind turbine. Always remember when you're installing any of these products to make sure you have safety gloves, glasses, and fall protection. First thing we're going to want to do in this installation is determine where our rafters are so we can center the base between the rafters. There's a couple different ways of doing this location. You can cut into your underlayment to find out where your rafters are. You can check the space between the plywood on either side, or you can go into the attic and find the center, drive a nail through, and you know that'll be the center of your base. So another thing I'm looking for is nails through the decking. That'll also determine where my rafters are going to be. So now that I've located my two rafters, I'm going to measure down 16 inches, which will determine the center of my base. Now, in reading your directions in your MasterFlow wind turbine, it's estimated you'll be 16 inches down from the ridge, but what you want to do is to make sure that the top of the turbine is approximately flush with your ridge line. Now, for the next step on your wind turbine installation is you want to determine where your hole placement's going to be. There's two ways of doing that. You can either make a template. I use the center point of my template, and I'll use that to center it in my rafter, or you can just use the base and make a pencil line on the inside. Now, after we've got our hole placement marked, you'll take a hook blade and cut your hole out. Next step in our wind turbine installation is to get a 1/2 to 3/4 inch paddle bit and make a hole on the outside of your opening so you can get your saw in there to cut the hole out. Just as a safety note, when you're making your hole, be careful of the sawdust that you're creating, whether you're drilling or cutting the hole. Our next step is to take a jigsaw or a sawzall to cut your nice round hole for your turbine base. On another safety note, make sure your area is clear below. This installation is based off of new construction. If you're installing it on an existing roof, you'll have existing shingles up here on the top that you'll have to cut out and loosen to insert the base. So the next part of your installation is to get your base level, so your top will be level. This top section will slide and the bottom section will slide to adjust to get it to the proper pitch and level that you need for the job. Get a 2-foot level. And that looks pretty good. When you're installing these, we recommend that you put a weather watch membrane down on the decking during this installation. My next step in this installation is going to be securing the base, being sure not to nail below the shingle line so all your nails are hidden and not exposed. It's also worth noting that you can use a mastic base sealant at the base for added protection against wind, rain, and snow. Now, when you're fastening your base down, we nail it off at all corners of the turbine. After your base is securely attached to the roof deck, any exposed nails will be covered and sealed with a matching silicone caulking. There are 3 pre-drilled holes in the base, and they need to be lined up with the attachment ring for the turbine. Next step in the installation is to fasten the base so it can't move anymore. You can do that with a standard straight slotted screwdriver or a slotted bit in your drill. Spinning like it should. Now it's time to install the rest of the shingles. So that's the installation of the MasterFlow turbine. You can check out other installation of MasterFlow products on GAF.com.